All righty then, away we go. It is Friday, July 9th of 2021. This is the TRC Telemarketing and Sales Training Call. And I know that some of you were kind enough to get me your recordings. So it looks like we have a good swath of them. Remember, this is both telemarketing and sales. So you can feel free to jump in here at any point in time with a sales question as well, especially my team leaders and my principal clients. You're welcome in here. I do have some stuff going backwards. Remember, try to remember danny.griffin@therealtyclassroom.com to send the recordings to. I am online, though, where I can forward a couple, and I did for a couple of you. But if you don't hear me line you up, then you need to yell at me and scream at me. We will use speed today so that we cover all of these and we have time for Q&A at the end, okay? So,
Danny, can you say the email again?
Yes, danny.griffin@therealtyclassroom.com. danny.griffin@therealtyclassroom.com. All right.
Starting with Lee today.
Say again?
We're starting with Lee Stillwell today.
Yes, we are. Thank you. What a memory you have. Lee boy, are you on here? Okay. Let me see. Autumn, where did we leave off last week? Because Lee had sent some calls, right? And so I'm going to have to search those in both. I think some of them were old. Let me just take a look. Yeah, I only see one Autumn going back 620. And since we don't have Lee on, I'm going to have to move on unless he comes back in.
Here's the one, Danny.
Is he?
On.
All right. Well, Lee, you need to, or somebody with Lee needs to, Tracy, somebody. Lee did have a couple people quit, though. They came and they went, and one of them, I told Lee, and I'll tell Tracy if she's here today, was uncoachable. When you come on this call, you have to trust me and you have to trust the critique, and you don't need to argue with me and debate. If you want to do that, one-on-one's awesome. But it's just, let's move swiftly through this and, go at it with some trust here. Love you all, care about you all, and you need to take my direction, because if you do exactly what I ask you to do and it doesn't work, then it's on me. And I like that burden. If you go and make your own stuff up and then you want to argue with me, we're not going anywhere. We're going sideways. And so Autumn can attest to learning the system in detail. Kathy can attest to following her 2 years later and learning it. And they're both getting results. So I don't know what to tell you. We're after results here. And the sooner you listen, the better off we'll all be. Okay. It's not harsh, by the way. You have to be able to take some constructive criticism. I get beat up by Autumn every week. How about that? Right? We take
Hi, Danny. It's Carla. Carla. I sent you a couple just so you know. I want to participate. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm taking good notes, but I did send you a couple good ones. Gotcha. Just so you know.
So I'll tell you what, you are in queue and I see you. Let me just see if you, let me see. You might have been first after Lee. So let's take a look here. Hang on. Google is.
I sent you a good seller plan and I answered, I sent you a seller questionnaire. Also, I tried to get through some questions with a customer.
Good. Hang on one second. We got a real.
Yes, thank you.
Hold on. I've got a Google issue here for the moment. Google Gmail.
Problem.
Let me see if it opens me back up just fine.
Okay. I sent it about 12 o'clock yesterday.
No, I got it. I got you. It just shut down because I wanted to play him. Carla, you're up first for jumping in there. I appreciate it. And by the way, you are coachable, so I appreciate you. All right.
Yes, I'm trying.
Yeah, no, very. So here we go. A little slow here, gang, today. Let's see how we do. Let me get rid of Skype so I don't. That's always a conflict. Maybe that's it. All right, Joe Hunter and Richard Delbeck, okay? Dilbeck. So here we go, Joe Hunter.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Here we go.
Speak to Joseph Hunter.
Speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, Joseph. This is Carla. I'm calling from Remax Champions. I was calling you because I saw your beautiful home online. I noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you out some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that? On Mango Street, Rancho Cucamonga?
You're more than welcome to.
Okay, by the way, it looks like a beautiful property.
Nice.
Why are you trying to sell it?
My business moved out of state.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts were you thinking of moving to?
Las Vegas.
Oh, nice. Okay. Have you found any property out there that you like?
Yeah, I already bought one.
Oh, congratulations. All right. So let me send out this information to 7055 Mango Street, Rancho Cucamonga. And this will help you with, on a scale of 1 to 10, obviously you're probably pretty motivated on selling.
Yeah, ASAP.
Okay. What I can do for you is I can actually have.
You sound like you have a question mark here. And I want to grab it there because I think this is your coachable moment, right? You do a good job. And what happens is I like that you make it. I think your first beat is very good. There's a lot of conversational tone. It's really evolved for you there. And I like that. You're a little uncertain, like everybody has been into the second beat here. And so you're catching yourself and you're throwing it in there. Again, I think Autumn's advice long ago to many people was to have, she calls it the pitch. I'll call it the script. Have it in front of you, written out where you can put your finger down somewhere where your placeholder is, right? Because I think it's hard to even look up or whatever it might be that you do. If you have this athletic type of setup where you're looking in and there's this, there's this wall, it's hard to talk and look and chew gum. Whereas just having a script in front of you and having your finger go down the script and where am I? Right? Super. Let me send this out to you. Hey, by the way, will I have you? It really softens the next thing, right? Because now you're fumbling, trying to go, yeah, well, geez, if you're going there, you're probably, a 10, right? I mean, on a scale or a pretty, right? It's stumbling. And I think that's the difference, is that I'm trying to protect you from having to stumble, right? And so, and that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're getting there, but you're sort of tripping forward a little bit, and there's no need to do that. So the second beat is really about, by the way, will I have you? Why were you thinking about selling? Well, you already knew that, right? So you're there. So you're moving to Vegas. You already bought a house. On a scale of 1 to 10. Can I assume a 10? Great. In that case, here's where the word certainty, I want to coach on this today. Okay. Autumn and I had a really good conversation. She's on a tear right now. I mean, she's talking to some really multi-million-dollar properties in Boston. She's gotten a fistful of listings recently. And I think it's because she's certain now. After 24 months of thinking about the package that we send out and thinking about the value that I add when I go to that house, there's a great level of certainty in her voice. So when she talks to people, she's not wishy-washy. There's no question marks. It's firm. It's aggressive, right? And I say aggressive in a positive way. It's just, she's got this really, a lot of good metaphors, which I love, right? Kathy will laugh at that. With a team of metaphors, but she's talking about putting a tack down in the carpet next to somebody until there's like this soft landing pad, if you can envision that. But it's very certain when she hammers those tacks down, right? So in other words, hey, by the way, will I have you? Sounds like you're in a pretty, urgent spot to sell this. Could I assume a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10? Yep, sure, ASAP. What I would suggest in that case is, are you here in this area or are you in Vegas already? Because if you're here, I'd love to have the principal broker come by, take a look at it, and give you the information and tell you what they would do to get it sold this time, right? Just close.
Yeah.
Just close. And if he's not there, say, well, what I could do is also, I can Federal Express it out to you, because this is a 10. It's go time. So we've gone to Federal Expressing something like this is a green light. This is a hottie. He's going to make a decision. And what we've found out, thanks to Autumn asking to do it multiple times, we've done it in the past, we talked about it, but Autumn said they're going to make a decision. And now we realize that when we want to make an impact, it's not just about whether they're going to make a decision. Now we want to make an impact. We go to a Federal Express or an overnight post office envelope. We just did 2 of them today. And they're going to go to a $6 million house and a $4 million house. And what's happening is, because 2 people said it, a 1175 that's under agreement, past P&S scheduled to close. The 899 is on its 4th showing tomorrow. Both of those people said to me, I figured I had to have somebody come over that spent $16 to send me their information, which, by the way, was helpful. And the other person said, you know how many people sent me $26 worth of information? None. So the perception of the value, the time, effort, and money spent just to introduce ourselves is powerful. So I want you to learn that and be coachable in that moment, because this is a real deal, right? This is a real deal. Yeah. This is a guy that has already bought a place where this is the dream avatar. We would love to have this avatar all day, every single day, wouldn't we? Right?
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
it.
yeah.
This is it. This is a score. So what you want to do in that case is you want to make sure you have a level of certainty and there's a certain level of question in your voice or lost. It's one or the other. Let's see where it goes. Okay.
Scott or Kyle personally just drop it off to you. There are local Remax agents, and they can give you their insight any day this week. Whatever is a good time to stop by, give a free consultation for half an hour or so.
I'm out of town right now. I'm in Las Vegas,
There you
so
go.
I won't be back until Monday next week.
Good.
Oh, okay. You want to set something up for next Monday or Tuesday?
Stop the questions. You know what I mean? Stop the questions.
Yeah.
It sounds very tentative in this second half of this whole thing. And you sound a little bit
Yeah.
uncertain and detached from, don't tell me it's going to take a good half hour, right? Because I want the easy
Right.
button.
I agree.
Right. I want the easy button. You've got to get your real second, and this is for everybody, Carla, right? And this is why I want to hear from some of your calls. I haven't heard in a while. So what happens is we atrophy down because you're not refining your value add in the second step of the ladder. The value ladder is one, let me send you this information that will help you. Hey, by the way, will I have you? What's going on? Yep, already bought a house in Vegas. Business has moved. I'm gone. Hey, in that case, what I could do is have one of the boys stop by and take a look at it and introduce themselves to you and give the tips of what they would do and what they would not do. Something very concise. Because you have to understand that this package going out sets us up to add our insight and value to it. That's all. Nothing more. So they're actually getting our listing package. They're just not getting our insight and our input on what they should do for them. That's the customization. The information that an insight we add is customization of a general plan that works for everybody. You follow that?
Yeah.
So the language is weak. Autumn also talks about this. Weak language can hurt. And so tone question marks are all throughout it, and weak language combined, you're very effective still, but you know where I want you to be. I want you to be beyond effective. I want you to blow people out of the water. I don't want there to be any competition. I want you to have created for Scott or Kyle it's more like they're not local real estate Remax agents. That sounds like your local real estate agent will come down. And now you sound like a telemarketer detached from them. Look, I'd like to send one of our principal, brokers down, either Scott or Kyle. And what they could do is hand deliver the package to you, and they could add their insights to it and tell you what they would do in your case. May I set that up? Well, I'm out of town right now. Oh, no problem. When are you back? Monday. Is there a good time Monday where they could drop it off? You follow? Very logical.
Yeah.
I want your brain to get very logical in the conversation, even though it's free form.
Okay.
Let's see where it ends. Hang on.
Okay.
Just give me a call later on in the week and see what my schedule looks like for next week.
Okay, sounds good. I'll get out the seller plan now then, and I'll follow up with you next Tuesday. Give you time to get back.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Have a nice week.
Yeah, you're stumbling even at the end. So tell me what's going on in your mindset in this second beat. Tell me a little bit about it. Where are you at in your mindset?
Well, no, I like you said, I got excited. I got, oh, he's interested, and I got off beat. I should have ended it better. As far as I'll get back, like you said, I should have been more.
It's like your first rodeo. It's like your first rodeo, right?
Right.
It's like your first invite to the dance.
I know.
You're all stumbly and juvenile, and that's you. There's no reason
Exactly.
you're a pro at this already. So like, what happened here, right? And again, nothing's wrong. Let me just say that nothing's wrong. You get there. You bring us to the promised land. It's a beautiful setup. And most people listening to this say, "Well, why you dance on the head of a pin?" I'm not. This is stumbly. And if he wasn't so motivated and he wasn't so easy to go back and forth with and so actually genuinely appreciative, because relatively speaking, this is only a minute and 44 seconds. So the efficiency is there. It's bravo, right? A minute and 44 seconds, you get the job done. It's just how you're doing it it feels like in that second beat, a lot of work because you're stumbling. And so you're a little bit off of that. So I don't know what cues or athletic situation you could put yourself in that would better this, like where you're making phone calls. Because Carla, I am very empathetic to the fact that you all make a lot of phone calls and nothing happens. And all of a sudden a real one comes on. It's sort of like the fishing, expedition where we're sitting there off the dock for hours and hours and hours. And all of a sudden we start to get lethargic and, our body language and our state starts to go down and bang, a real one comes and we're, oh my God.
No, that's exactly.
Right.
That's exactly. No, because you're right. It's like all of a sudden, nothing. And then, oh, wow,
Yeah.
I've got something on the hook, and you get excited. I mean, that's just normal human nature.
Yeah, but it is normal human nature, but it's not good. So we have to do what? We have to use some of these use some of the mind techniques that we talk about here at night, the steering system, right? I want you to relax in your chair and I want you to see this kind of call happening again. And you just being, oh, wonderful, I have somebody motivated. It's a calmer emotional quotient that's required, but you're not going to feel that way if you don't practice it in your mind. So really, even if it's like 10 minutes before you go to bed, before you're going to work the next day in this business, it's just watch yourself making the phone calls, getting nobody, then getting somebody, then having the first part of the pitch come out smoothly, and then having them challenge you with something you don't know. But your brain's seeing yourself relaxed in that moment and reactive in a positive way and just calm. Right? That you're confident, that you're acting as if you are a multi-deal pro. And I think that's just all you need here. You need a little bit of mindset, work at home, acting as if these calls are happening and you are not fumbling, not stumbling, and not sounding juvenile in your excitement, right? Juvenile is a term.
Yeah.
I just mean that like, it's a lesser version of who I know you are, right?
Yes, I agree.
All right, here we go. Next one.
Hello, Carla.
Hi, Richard. Oh, much better. I can hear you now. It sounded like we had a bad connection. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good. I can hear you much better. I just wanted to check and see, did you get a chance to look at your calendar for next week?
It's open.
Oh, good. Okay. Now, he could come as early as Thursday. Do you have any time Thursday, morning, afternoon? What's good for you?
Let me go back and check the calendar again.
Okay, or we can okay.
I think it's open as well.
That's open as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do Thursday, say maybe 10 to 11?
That would be good.
Okay. Basically, what we're going to do, Richard, as I had told you, I'll have Scott or Kyle, probably more than likely Scott. He'll stop by for a nice meeting, a free consultation for you, and give his insight on your home. And just to better prepare him, I'll just ask you a couple questions. I know you were thinking about selling to downsize. Is that correct? You want to downsize?
Yes.
Okay. Where were you looking to go? Do you have any plans of where you'd like to move to?
I'm looking to go to Palm Springs.
Okay. All right.
And I would like to have a 1 or 2 bedroom condominium.
Okay. Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you on selling this home?
I've lived here a very long time. It's long enough.
Okay.
Awesome.
And it has an incredible view. And it's time for somebody else to appreciate it and enjoy it.
Love it.
Okay. When did you buy it, Richard? Has it been quite a while you've lived there?
1983.
Oh, my goodness. You have lived there a long time.
Yes.
And I know you had mentioned you did some upgrading. You put a new AC, I believe, you were working on.
A new furnace and new air conditioning.
Okay.
And actually, I won't say new air conditioning because the house has never had air conditioning.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually, everything mechanically is new.
Okay. And I noticed
except for the plumbing. I've got a problem with plumbing right now.
Oh, okay.
So
little problem with plumbing. I'll write that.
drains, yeah.
Okay.
So.
And you had mentioned incredible view. Do you think that's the best feature of your home?
I think it is.
Okay.
Because it is like a 180-degree view.
Yes, I saw the photos. It looks beautiful.
So.
And what do you like most about living there? If you had to pick, what do you think?
I've always loved the house. I still love the house,
Okay.
but I can't. It's very difficult for me to move around anymore. And I have to walk with a cane all the time. And it's the number of steps, like going down to the garage, then further down the driveway. I'm just tired of the energy that it requires to be in this house.
Okay. I fully understand. Okay.
And what is nice about the neighborhood is an incredibly highly rated elementary school.
Okay.
It's one of the best in Los Angeles,
Oh, very nice.
and always has been, because the Mount Washington has always been fully integrated.
Okay. And Richard, have you interviewed any other agents about selling your home, or have you just been talking with
Yes,
me?
I have.
Oh, you
Yes,
have?
I have.
Okay.
Yes. So I know one agent here in LA who has been, actually I've known him for about 30 years,
Oh, okay.
and he is very good. He does Mount Washington almost exclusively, or some of the neighboring hills. He came in and he and his partner made a presentation. So, and at this point, I do like them,
Okay.
simply because I've known them for so long.
I understand. Well, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to have Scott or Kyle stop by next week. I really appreciate that. I'm sure that they'll be of service and be able to give you their insight as well, and help you with your move, your venture. And I'll put it down for next Thursday between 10 and 11 a.m. I'll have them stop by and do the free consultation for you, and then I'll follow up the following day to see how things went for you, Richard.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bravo. That's some of your best work, right? That second call is some of your best work. You there, Carla?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, that's some of your best work, especially at the end. There's a tender side.
I tried. I mean, to be honest, this is just so you know the background of this, I've been talking to him for 10 months.
Yeah.
And he's
Well, what do you mean you
tried?
tried? What do you mean you tried? You did.
No, I'm sorry.
You did. Yeah.
I
Hold
don't
on.
mean I tried.
Well, hold on.
I've been speaking to
Yeah,
him.
but hold on.
following up with
But
him
listen
for
to me.
10
Just listen to me. Just hear what I'm
Yeah.
going to say. This is some of your.
Okay.
This is some of your best work. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
You're just patient for the process. While the call was going on, I put up in front of us the form that you are following. Okay, I'll put it back up here. And you did a very good patient job of getting through it. You let him go off, and it sounded like most people would make a feeling, oh, she's got him, this is great, and they would have rushed this, and you did not. You went all the way
No.
to the end, and instead of letting him go on and on and on and on and on and on, you said, have you interviewed other agents? Not only did he say yes, he basically said, you guys are on the outside looking in. So instead of sending Scott or somebody else in blindly, they know that they're really in second place because he has a long relationship with these people. These people really exclusively do this area, right? And so Scott has his work cut out for him when he goes into this one. And he knows it all because of you. That's why this is some of your best work. This is why every week I tell people, stop bull rushing me and making excuses as to why you didn't do this or that. I get it. You're all human. I'm human. I make mistakes every single day. But when you stick to a system like she just did there, you allow that system to have this person methodically have an experience. She was patient with him. He was gentle. She was gentle, and it allowed it to progress to we know exactly what kind of appointment this is. You can't ask for more than what just happened. Follow the system, and results like that become extremely clear. And when you're the telemarketer, you can't do any better than leaving us on the outside sale clear what we're up against. And then being realistic with yourself. Okay, this isn't a layup. There is competition. And so, you get high on this stuff. You get nervous on this stuff. You rush this stuff. You book these okay appointments. We come back, look at you and go, that sucked. And you're like, huh? I killed myself. No, you didn't follow the system. So when I went out there, I got blindsided without the information that I had to discover. That's why I've said to my staff of telemarketers, always get the qualifying questions answered. Always. Because the more that you do, the better I know what skill set I need to lean in on with that particular person so I can go there. Could have been like, oh, they have great marketing. I know this is a tough one. I've known them for 30 years and they do the area exclusively. If I knew that going into anything, I go, all right, Autumn, Kathy, we got a tough one here, but I'll go in and I'll do my best, right? So Carla, that's what it should sound like in the other call.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Believe me, I've been praying that this would be, I mean, really, I've been dealing with him for 10 months. It's a $1.8 million house in North Hills, Los Angeles, which is a beautiful area. So thank you. I really appreciate
Well, you're welcome.
that.
But now,
I've been really trying really hard.
But now, well, we already know you're a worker. But here's the deal. What you need to do is go back to the first call and apply the same kind of patience in the second beat to those calls.
Yeah.
Okay? So the same person that you were in the second call, you need to be in those first calls. Okay?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good share. Bravo.
Thank you so much.
Keep them coming though,
Thank you.
because it was too long between your calls. I haven't heard recorded calls from you in a while. I need to hear them on the regular so that we don't atrophy, right? Because you're very good. You're very good at this.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go. I'm trying to see who I have here.
You sent one, Danny.
You sent one when?
9:58 a.m.
Yep, I got you. I see Grant Van Dyke. I see you. I see Tanyelle. I see Russell. Russell, you there because you were in before them? Russ?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, buddy. Let's do yours. But I did recognize everybody else. And if you didn't hear your name, resend it to danny.griffin@therealtyclassroom.com. All right, here we go, Russ.
Hello?
Hi, Diane.
Yeah.
This is Russell with Weisbart and Associates. I'm calling because you had registered on our property search website back in March, and I just wanted to see if you're still receiving the property updates.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I see.
think that name rings a bell.
Okay, SeattleHomeBuyersGuide.com. The email you had set up here was gndtravis@centurylink.net.
Right.
Okay.
We have a,
So,
but
yeah,
we're good right now. We're not quite ready to start looking for a few months. So
I see. Okay.
we
So,
just we were just looking to get an idea of what's out there.
Mhm.
So in a few months from now, we'll start looking.
I see. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned last time you mentioned that you had a home that you've been in for 45 years, and then you wanted to cash out and get a home without a mortgage, right? That's still the plan?
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
And we're getting it all ready right now. So we're just in the process.
Okay. When do you think you're going to put your home on the market?
We're going to do it August 1st.
August 1st?
And
Oh,
we
nice.
Yeah,
Do you have an agent picked out for that?
we do. We
I
have
see.
someone that works with my son. So
I see. Okay. No problem. I'll update that here. Do you mind if I check back with you in a month to see how things went and if you're going to be looking?
Okay, I lost it. Let's talk about it. What was your conclusion with this? What did you end up doing?
I'm going to call her back.
Yeah, why?
She's gonna be looking once she sells her home.
Okay. You don't think she's going to,
So she has an agent for that, for selling, but,
is she staying in the area?
I don't know, because I didn't ask that.
Well, if you didn't, I
Right,
mean, why would you ever call somebody back that already has an agent if they're staying in the area? Right? I mean, it's almost bordering on ethically not the right thing. I'm not saying it necessarily is unless they said that to you, but it would have been simple here to say, will you be working with that buyer on your purchases, that agent with on your purchase as well?
That makes sense.
Because otherwise, Russell, all you're doing is bloating the database. I think this is a waste of your time.
Yeah.
You do a great job. You're vetting her and you're finding it out. I mean, I like the way that, are you working with an agent? Yeah. When you're listing it, you knew you got it August 1st. And that sounds like she's pretty firm. She's kind of putting you off. And so just clean it up. There's nothing here if you ask me, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want, my telemarketers pursuing this. I wanted to get this out of here, right?
Yeah,
Just make sure there's no
clarified
opportunity, but she's in a relationship. If it expires, it'll come back around at some point in time. But in the meantime, I don't want to bloat a database. It's a waste of everybody's time, right?
Yep.
But you are good up until that intuitive piece too. So it's a lot of the training has advanced. Obviously we have some new telemarketers and they need to learn that first beat and get that out, and understand, be connected to that value proposition, right? So I think what you did was you vet the situation. If I'm Duran, I'm feeling good about your job here. You find out that they have an agent, they're already listing. And, again, if they're check back with what, you know what I mean? With what? While they're working with somebody else? That doesn't make any sense to me. None. Right. And like I said, it borders on ethically incorrect if that agent is trying to sell it and working with them in that area to buy. You're trying to interfere with the relationship at that point in time. We just don't live in that world of scarcity here, right? Cool?
Yep.
Yeah, but you sounded great. I mean, your patience has really grown. I think your direct questions are good. I think you heard the answer and you knew. It's just your conclusion. You really are still having trouble figuring out who's worthy of your follow-up, right? And this is, if you went a little further, you'd find out that this isn't. Cool? Yeah, good job, though. Good job. Your tone is you're upbeat now. You don't sound tired. So many improvements. So many. It's just now I want you to protect that future database of prospects. We want real prospects, not this, right? Because this is just a waste of time trying to dial her, get her back. And the likelihood that once she's August 1st, once she's close to listing with this person, the likelihood that she even answers your call is probably low. So now you're making a waste of time phone calls that makes you look like you're doing busy work and it's the wrong work. Follow?
Yeah.
Cool. Good job, though. You come a long way. All right. Tanyelle, Marie, and Tanyelle.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Here we go.
Hello. Hi, is this Melinda? Yes, it is. Oh, hi, Melinda. I'm Marie, and I'm with Spencer Realty, and I was calling regarding your home on South Broadway that looks like it didn't sell. I wanted to send you a package of information that will definitely...
Oops, my bad. Ladies, that was a good start, too. Hang on. Sorry.
Hello. On South Broadway that looks like it didn't sell. I wanted to send you a package of information that will definitely help you sell it next time. May I do that?
I think you already sent me something and I'm working with another realtor, but thank you.
Oh, okay. Melinda, may I ask what it would have been that we could have done differently to encourage your working with us?
It was just a referral from a friend, so.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm working with a referral from a friend, so it was
Okay.
Another good one. She cuts to the chase, and just gets the answer. So, but like Russell's, this is part of the job, right, folks? It's part of the job that you're going to find out that relationship is the hardest thing to overcome. So if somebody has a relationship or they're referred through somebody that has a relationship, that's a tough one. It's a tough one, but you do your best. And I thought Marie had a very heady question. Could we have done something different, basically? And she gets the answer. And there's an easy answer. It's like you didn't get there. So it's interesting, Tanyelle, that Marie's calling into a call where the lady says, I think you already sent me something. Do you think that's accurate information from the lady or not?
No,
Okay,
I
cool.
don't think so. I think
right,
she
so-
got us confused.
Yeah, so she lumped us in with everybody else. I get it. Oh, good. Oh, good. But this is effective. I mean, I just love to hear more of Marie's calls than something like that, you know? So I'm hoping that Marie is having more substantial calls than just that one, because that's just, but it's worth hearing. You know, I love the tenacity. She got that kind of natural telemarketing stick-to-itiveness. Watch the language in the beginning. I saw your beautiful home online. You have to be complimentary here. That pulls somebody in. And I noticed that it didn't sell. Not that, oh, it looks like it didn't sell. I saw your beautiful home online and I noticed it didn't sell. You know what I mean? It's just get really into that language, being like, hey, this thing is great looking. It didn't sell. Autumn and I, again, we talked about this a lot today. It's like, it's that, you know, look, we thought, you know, you should have a cash offer in Boston in this market, you know, quickly. What's going on here? We just have that enthusiasm. Napoleon Hill talks about it in his book, Law of Success. Enthusiasm is a major law of success. So the enthusiasm for the fact that they even answered, the enthusiasm for their product that they own, the enthusiasm for the conversation, you know, not like I said this before when I was training a little bit on Grant's calls with Kelly. I'm not looking for the over the top and the, you know, all of that stuff. And Kelly was awesome. She pulled it right down in where it belonged. It's somewhere between the, you know, too scared and too big. Goldilocks likes the bed, right? That's what we're looking for. So, but this is good, Tanya. I'd just like to hear more calls from her, right?
Yeah, we'll get them in. We've been having some database problems, but I think we got it figured out.
Good. All right. GVD, you actually came in before Paul. So I'll go there. And then Maxie, looks like you sent me one in too. So GVD, Paul, and then Maxie. Here we go. Kelly, are you with us?
Kelly is not with us, Danny.
Oh,
She wasn't able to make the call
okay.
today.
All good, bud. Let's do it. Here we go.
This is a follow-up call.
Good.
Hello.
Nick. Hi, Nick. I was looking for Nick. We spoke a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this is Nick.
Oh, hi, Nick. Sorry, you kind of broke up there. This is Kelly with the Van Dyke Realty Group, and I was following up. We had emailed you as you requested our packet, and I just wanted to make sure that you'd had an opportunity to see that and open the email up.
You know, I don't remember getting an email. Is there a way you can send it again?
I will make sure that gets sent. It looks like it was sent on the 6th to you from Van Dyke Realty Group at REMAX.
Oh, okay. I may have deleted it, not realizing that you were Van Dyke. You know how we get a lot of junk mail.
Yes.
I apologize. I will now know that if something comes in from Van Dyke, it's from you.
Okay, that'll be great. It's Van Dyke Realty Group at REMAX, so we'll make sure that we get that sent back out. I'm so glad that we could talk and know that it didn't make it. So we'll get that sent back out to you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. A little bit of a snap back to the sing-songy stuff in the beginning, you know, just keep it small. And so I guess the only critique here beyond that would be a reconnection to his qualification and what's going on here. And because I have no context, Grant, so I'm kind of feeling in the dark, right?
Yeah. This one is in the system. This is the first time we've ever emailed a package out to anybody.
Yeah.
He was adamant about not mailing it to an address.
Yep.
He's an owner agent.
Yep.
He's got a builder that's building this home. He listed with Walt Danley and a couple other brokers out here this new build. So we're just kind of taking a shot in the dark
Sure.
with this $6 million property.
Yeah, cool, beautiful, beautiful. Well, you know, look, he's open to it again. So what I would say is, look, I'm going to send it. You know, I'm going to have them send it within the next 24 hours. I'll just call you back to make sure it came in the email. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just something very quick if that's the case. Let's go to the second one.
Hello?
Hi, Paula. Paula.
Hello?
Hi, Paula.
Oh, hi, yes.
How are you doing? This is Kelly with Van Dyke Realty Group at REMAX. And how are you doing?
Okay.
Great. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful condo online and noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell the next time. May I do that?
Well, I'm not selling anymore, but I appreciate the call.
You've taken it off the
I took
market.
it off. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so do you
Yeah.
think maybe in the next year you might sell it?
I'm just not sure. It's a good little area, and I have a good piece of property there. So when I
Yeah.
start looking at what's out there, I can't compare it to what I have. So
Well, I couldn't
Change my
agree with
mind.
you more. Yeah, I get
All right, let's stop this. Go ahead, Autumn. You're typing it. Say it.
Yeah.
Autumn, unmute your mic.
Here, but I have a very bad connection.
All good. All good. Take a crack at it because you're saying what I want to, but I want them to hear it from a telemarketer.
Okay, look, first of all, selling a home is serious business. It takes an emotional toll on the owner. So you don't go in with a sing-songy voice acting like this is all funny or fun and games. You can't do that. And she obviously didn't like the sing-songy tone immediately, and she brushed you off immediately. Condescension isn't going to work because this is too serious.
Would have been my critique too. And that's
Yep.
why I wanted her to say it, because it's not just me hearing it. It's I get it. I get what Kelly's doing here, but it's the same critique, you know.
It's based in fear. And if it's not based in fear, then I would question it. But it sounds like it's based in fear. Stop being afraid and just get on the phone and get a package out to people
Yeah.
because they're suffering trying to get a home sold.
Yeah. I wonder if it is nerves. You know, nerves can make you do that too. Yeah, nerves can make you do that too, Grant. You know, if you're nervous, you default towards whatever. Like, think about the DISC personality profile. Kelly certainly has a lot of high I in her, right? There's no doubt.
Yes.
So you can hear that. And so when we're nervous, we default to our natural personality type, and it tends to get exacerbated, right? So if I'm nervous, I become more of a high I. I talk more. I do whatever it is, right? If I'm nervous or scared, in either case, anxiety or fear, and I'm a D, I'm like, well, I'm short. I'm to the chase, right? So you follow me? So
Yes.
I think what's happening is underlying Autumn's right. It's fear or anxiety or whatever, and especially early on, what it's doing is it's causing her to be over the top and too sing-songy. And it was the same in the first call too. But Autumn, the way she articulates it is perfect because it's the business context. This is serious business. This woman's emotional. She's frustrated. And if you can sense that very quickly, and I think that's why we come across with, we want to be pleasant and enthusiastic, but that's because I have to go back and bring that in now on the back of this critique. Grant, this is Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group. The reason I'm calling is because I saw your beautiful house online and I noticed it didn't sell. So I wanted to send you some information that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that? I mean, I'm enthusiastic genuinely because I know the package. I believe in the package. If I can get it there, I can get it there. To me, everybody's house is beautiful to them. And I have a tear down right now that's on the water. It's beautiful. If you can see the house gone and you can see the vision and you can see the beautiful brand new house and the dock repaired, it's beautiful. So even though he's like, oh my God, beautiful, huh? I'm like, yes. If we wipe this down and we see that conservation, we buff that deck up, woo, we got something. So I genuinely am a believer in what I do, but the way that I do it is serious. These people, they're looking for somebody who can get the job done. And they want the highest level of certainty. And when it gets too sing-songy or too over the top or too nervous, and everybody manifests it differently, as you go back and listen to Carla's call, Carla's nerves get the best of her too, and she just gets stumbly, right? So some people get stumbly, some people get too sing-songy, right? And so whatever, people get quiet. When Alan was going through this, and unfortunately it didn't work out, it was just really like just almost tears in the background. So we all have a reaction to fear. So acting as if you're doing this smoothly and confidently without fear, without anxiety, then it'll come. And the challenge with coaching, which has happened with one of Lee's new people, well, I went to one of your videos and you said this and it's different. Whoa. What are we doing here? Right? What are we doing here? Just understand that we're trying to get to a universal, as best we can, way of being effective. And so some sense of enthusiasm with a seriousness of purpose and intent is powerful and professional. So that concept of professional, albeit cloudy and nebulous, for us, it's not in this group. We know it's successful. We can hear a successful call in this group anytime, right? So that's what we're looking for. So I just think it's the same critique that's here. Now, again, I'll stop it there, because if we don't fix that, we can't tell whether that's the issue. So if she can just try to, role play out a little bit more and being steady, then, in serious, it's going to be the same critique from me as it was from her. And it's there to help, right? But it very may well be that she just needs to, maybe role play with you a little bit, right? And just see where she goes. And then, immediately when she's making some calls, as soon as she gets a live one, to send it right to you in the heat of the moment so she feels the physical state, right?
Yes. Okay.
Cool. Good job, though. Thanks for sending them, too.
Hey, Danny, it's Allison. Might I interject for a brief moment?
You might.
Thanks. One of the techniques that I had to learn to do, because I'm a stumbler myself, I already know that, when I was making these calls, is that I had to take a breath, just one beat, just 1 second, and bring my mind right back. Like, whether it's look at the script, I had to hone myself in. That's how I would stop stumbling, because the stumble is excitement. It could be fear of flubbing up after saying all the right things. Suddenly you're like, wait, this is actually working. So you kind of get, like my chuckle there, it does that too.
Yeah.
So, and you'll hear that in some of my old recordings, but I would have to take a breath and go right back to it, because I knew the stumble was coming, and if you anticipate it, you can fight it easier. That's
I think that's exactly right. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think that,
take a breath.
Yeah, well, your laugh, you're right. Is a word. It's a word whisker.
It's always there.
Yeah,
it's always
well,
there.
these are things that correct us, because I think one of the greatest fears in life is the fear of being embarrassed. Right? That's one of the greatest fears in life. Yep. People talk about spiders and heights and this. In my experience as a coach, one of the largest fears is the fear of being embarrassed. You can see it in teens. I have teen boys, and the fear of saying the wrong thing, of being embarrassed. My wife's a high C. She's afraid of saying the wrong thing about a mortgage to somebody. So she has this, massive fear. So she'll do extra homework, right? I get it. I've seen it everywhere in my own family too. And so what I would say is, you really have to act confidently before this all happens. You have to believe in yourself more than you do. And so the question begs, well, how do I do that if I've never been successful? You act as if in the theater of your mind, it's already happened before the calls. I can recommend that for any telemarketer. Just take a quick beat 10 minutes before, relax in your chair, imagine yourself going through, you can see everything in specific detail. Out there are all the people waiting for you to call. Everything's going smoothly. When you get thrown off your rails, you breathe, whatever your cue is, and you can see your resourcefulness, that you can say, oh, that's interesting. And you pause and you say, let me do this. And you be resourceful, but you don't practice that in your mind. You're trying to practice it live, right? Follow? If there's no mind practice before this practice, see, athletes will kill themselves practicing before they ever go onto the field, right? Onto the ice, onto the ballet stage. They'll practice for hours and hours, but we'll pick up the phone and make a telemarketing call with hardly any mind practice at all, right?
True.
So it doesn't make any sense. We are professional. And what Autumn said is very heady and very weighty today. This is serious business. This is hundreds of thousands of dollars of value that affects somebody deeply, and they want serious and effective and calm. We look at Autumn just said today, about this gal that at the $6 million property. It was almost as if when she was talking to me, I imagine her grabbing the lady's feet, because what happens with low emotional EQ, emotional quotient, is we lose ourselves to emotion. And so I imagine, in my theater of my mind, which is pretty active, I imagine her grabbing this gal by the high heels, Boston socialite, and just slowly but surely pulling her down with a professional attitude, right down until she had the soft landing on the carpet. Yes, sure, send the package out. Oh, does he know anybody in the building? We're tired of being treated like this. You can just almost feel her just slowly but surely pulling her down and planting her on the ground and getting eye to eye finally. And that's what this business is about. It's about us learning how to have the highest emotional quotient that we can in a moment in time. So all of these things that are happening in these calls, and everybody manifested a little bit differently, right? But you can hear the common theme, and that's what it is. So I just think that's the best advice to everybody so far today. All right, let's keep going. Paul, you're up with Sam. Adam, I do have yours. Maxie, so if I have to go a little OT here, I'm happy to because I've got some. All right, so here we go with Sam's call.
Hello?
Hello, hi, is this Mr. Sumani?
Yeah, who is this?
Hi there, this is Sam. I'm calling from Cantu Group Real Estate. I'm calling because we saw your beautiful property online and we noticed it didn't sell. So we wanted to mail you something that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
No, I'm not interested.
Okay, would it be sometime next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why'd you go there, Sam?
Well, he didn't sound interested.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we have a formula. We have a formula. That's not what we want. Did your plans change? Write that down and own it. Okay. The minute anybody kind of puts us off, like I'm not selling it anymore. Oh, did your plans change? It's just a pattern interrupt. That's a good question. Somebody was trying to sell it, and now all of a sudden they're going to tell us they're not interested. So it begs a simple question. Why did your plans change? Okay. See, because what's happening to you is the same thing that's happening to Russell. I'm going to see where this call goes, Sam. But my worry is that this becomes like some nebulous name in the database for some nebulous time down the line. You follow me? I don't want to be way down the line someday. So, so here we go. Let's listen.
Well, if you're still considering selling, is it okay if we mail that over? I have here that the best mailing address is 12302.
Yeah, just send me your emails to this phone number.
To this phone number?
Yeah, to this phone number. Send your email because I'm driving right now.
Okay, yes, but we would like to send a physical package. So is that the best mailing address, the address of the property?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, perfect. I'll mail that over and I'll give you a call in a week just to make sure that you received it.
Okay.
Yeah, not terrible. I mean, he's shuffling you off. Tell me a little bit about this property.
I really don't remember about this guy. This was, I think, yesterday.
Okay. Can you look it up while we're doing this call?
Of course, yes.
I'd just like to know how much this property's worth. You know, he's not really the best avatar. You know, it would have been tough, you're right, to ask him, you know, hey, why were you doing it? But you would have had a better chance at, did your plans change? Why'd you try to sell it in the first place? You know what I mean? So if you could have been better in that moment, you could have had a better ending to this. But I like the feistiness. I like that you're feisty and that you fought to get the thing out the door. But I want to know why. I want to know how much this is worth. Is this in Paul's wheelhouse? I want to know a couple of those things, right? So that I can make a business judgment whether that feistiness is properly applied. It's a great talent to have, to be feisty. And Marie did it for Tanyelle. I like it. It's feisty to just make sure you're bringing it to a real conclusion and make sure there's not a real opportunity missed here. So I think there were some things that were good about it, but I just like to know about the property. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So his home was on the market for 44 days and it was listed for 760,000. Maybe that's why I was pushing it.
Yeah. It's not a terrible.
But it's always better once the package is out and I call them the week after.
Yeah.
Once they have it and they're just like, oh yeah, I did get it. You know?
Yeah. So. And I don't disagree, but don't break the formula, right? That's why I gave Carla a big compliment. Don't break the formula. Paul, you there?
Yes.
Okay, you guys need to take a look at the scripts and prospecting mind map and go further out because she's been around long enough to start to deal with the objections. And there should be some real firm training out in that end of the scripts and prospecting, right? Let me see if I can't bring it up here while you guys are on the phone, just so I show you and I show everybody else who's still here with me. It's very important to start to train when you're as good as you are, Sam, at the scenarios, because you don't have a lot of business experience in your life. You don't have a lot of life experience. You're young. So some of these things that might be intuitive to somebody like my age is not necessarily intuitive to you. Right. So I think that training, when they throw these things at you, it's, you know, we don't need you to rely on what you know. We need you to rely on what we've already formulated and put in place. Make sense?
Yes.
Because why, come on, this stupid thing. Too many windows here. Hang on. Xmine's a big file. So let me see if I can bring it up. I just want to make it clear that as we go out into these deeper parts of the conversation, these things happen. I thought you did a very good job with him. He's a high D driving a car, trying to blow you off, and he's annoyed, he's busy, whatever. You
yeah,
do.
The dude wanted an email. We don't send emails
Nope,
out
that
here.
was
You get the
excellent.
package and period.
That was excellent. That was excellent. It's a package or it's nothing, right? I get where Grant was going because he's taking a crack at a $6 million listing. I get it, but because Grant's good at what he does, that's different. But I liked that you stuck to this. No, we don't do emails, right? I mean, I do have some, or tomorrow, I'm pretty sure we might have already gotten something out to them, or I'm going straight to a presentation. That's what it is. Let me look at the expired, and as we get out a little bit more, hang on, I'll open up my screen here. Can you see this, Paul and Sam?
Yep.
Okay, you see this list here? These are frequently stated objections. I'm all set. I'm not interested. You mean you decided not to sell? Okay. I'll skip the why didn't you bring the buyer one down to the bottom, because that's real feisty stuff. Bring me a buyer. My plan is designed to bring you more than one buyer, or our plan in your case, right? Decided to wait for the X market spring, this thing. Is there a reason you're waiting? I'm using the same agent. Are you open to second opinion? No longer selling. Did your plans change? There it is, right? Not ready. How might we help you prepare? I was just testing the market. How'd the test go? I rented the property. Did the lease start already? If yes, for how long? I don't handle this. Who does? My wife, my husband handles it. Is there a better time to reach them at this number? I'm all set, not answering. You mean there's no real estate? Oh, this is different. This is in the estate. So let me get rid of this one. Okay.
I need to screenshot that. I've never seen this.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm telling you and Paul to kind of go back and forth on, okay? But that's also why I'm telling you to have this on your, all of you telemarketers should have this, and you should peruse this thing and, see this thing. It gives you all the scenarios you're actually dealing with. And it's not like the first time we've seen any of them, right? It repeats a common theme. So there you go, okay? There's your homework, the two of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job. Adam. Let me see. Adam and Alexis, are we here? Adam and Alexis, if you're here, you can unmute. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through one of these. Here we go.
Hello. Oscar and Guano?
Yes.
Oscar, hi. This is Alexis calling from Paradigm Realty. And the reason for this call is because I saw your beautiful house online today.
Nice.
And I noticed that it didn't sell. So I wanted to send you some information that'll help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
Real nice.
Oh, I'm not gonna sell. I just set it up a couple years ago, but I'm not gonna sell. I'm staying there for a long time.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time.
So same thing on that one. Alexis, if you're here, or Adam, if you're here, or they listen to the recording. Why? Did your plans change? It's a simple, provocative question. So it's the second time it's come up today. Good. You can see it's common, Sam.
Hello.
Hi. May I speak to Frank Carrillo?
This is Frank.
Oh, hi, Frank. This is Alexis calling from Paradigm Realty. The reason for this call is because I saw your beautiful house online, and
Nice.
I noticed that it didn't sell. So I wanted to send you some information that'll help you sell it the next time. May I do that, Frank?
I'm confused.
Your house on Starting Lake,
What about it?
and I'm with Paradigm
Nope.
Realty.
Nope, you don't need to do that.
We want to
It's
send
not-
you some information.
It's not on the market.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, okay. This must be old information.
Can you guys hear me? We just had a power. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Sorry. We just had a total power failure in the middle of this. So if I lose you, That's the end of the call. So I'll just warn you there. I'll go back. Yeah, just that's Alexis is very good here. Lack of experience in dealing with that. She'll fumbly on when she got a challenge about I'm confused. So, and the guy was like 2 years old expired. So a little extra training there, Adam, if you're listening, or Alexis, if you're listening, you guys will get with me next week. All right. One more from Alexis.
Mr. Mills.
Hi, William.
Yes. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Alexis calling from Paradigm Realty. The reason for this call is because I saw your house online and I noticed that it hadn't sold. So I wanted to send you some information that'll help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
Oh, I'm good because right now I have it rented out with a long lease, but we're good right now.
Okay, then. Thank you very much.
Okay, again, if Adam's listening, if he's not, I'll grab him next week. It's interesting. We've fallen into all these frequently stated objections. We're going to have to train more on those things so that I can get some more calls to coach against that, right? So the training is get over into those frequently stated objections, train on them, and then get me some coachable moments, okay? Autumn made a note here that I thought too on a couple of these calls. Alexis does not sound athletically ready when the phone gets answered, especially in the third call. So it's a matter of being very ready to go when something happens. I think Autumn just said, uh-oh, fell asleep or something, because that's exactly what it sounded like, right? But she recovers well, but you got to be boom, 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 got to be ready. So, but this is more about not having the experience, you and Sam, to deal with those objections. Maxie, I have one more with you, my dear, because you were kind enough to send me one. So, sending you Lisa. Okay, I have a long string from you, I think. So let me see if it's way at the bottom. Maxie, can you send a separate email? I'm just not sure. You're referencing Lisa, but I see Christine and Angela Whitfield, but that's older.
I'll resend it.
Yeah, just resend it and we'll wrap up with you. Any questions while she's sending that to me? Thoughts here today? Autumn, you want to speak? Kathy, you want to speak? Any of my team? Anybody want to weigh in on this?
I'm pretty much getting everything out in the chat.
Yeah, good. Okay, cool.
From my perspective, listening to all this and watching it just over the years and on this call, it's kind of become apparent that deliver the script and just get to the punchline.
That's right.
And
get to the point.
I think there's a lot of like on muscle, as we say in the group, right?
Totally.
We're trying to giggle and laugh in between sentences and calming our nerves or whatever that tick is.
Yep.
Read the damn script.
That's right.
And get to it.
That's it.
It's very simple.
Learning a lot, Danny.
Yeah, good, Gina. Go ahead, Autumn. I want to hear that. Go ahead.
It's very simple. What we're doing here is very simple. No need for fear. You have to keep in mind you're working for someone who is paying you to get their brochure into the hands of the people. So just do it.
Yeah.
You know, and follow the script.
Yeah. So Grant and Autumn, you're both right. I mean, there's just read what we wrote. And if there's some other scenarios, don't make it up. We don't need you to make it up. Your experience, ladies, and gent, a couple gents, that we bought. She's right. We bought your services, your independent contracting services. We bought them because we believe that you gave us the best opportunity to articulate the power of our information. And then if you can vet them in that moment and find out that the timing is now, then you close for the second value offer, which is our insight, which is delivered in the house or at least online. Autumn has me a Zoom appointment tomorrow. Okay. So I'll take whatever she gets so that I can add my insights to the whole situation. That's it. That's all there is to it. So all this fumbling and stumbling and, people getting mad for me, critiquing them and want to debate me. Like, don't debate me. I wrote it all out for you. There's no need to debate me. Go get my damn scripts. I played out every scenario that I can because I've listened for thousands of hours. I'm punch drunk, right? Grant, I got cauliflower ear from listening to all of the mistakes, right? It's like a beating. And
you're still good cop.
Yeah.
The bad.
Yeah. And my solution is all written out based on that experience. The more you can stay inside those guardrails, you'll be wildly successful in this business because what you hear week after week is there are hundreds of people that actually need real service, like big time. I think Autumn and I, the biggest surprise that we've had as we've gone along is how many people were so wildly underserved before they expired. It's mind blowing. I've gone
That
into
is
a.
inflation.
How about the one?
That's
How about the one at 1175 we just did? What did it take us, a week to sell it on
a
them?
week.
And then the Epsteins last year, what'd that take? I just had to go solve the problem and find them. I mean, these are $1 million to $2 million properties where the people are so wildly underserved. It's mind blowing. So there are a lot of these people out there. So the more complicated you make the conversation on the phone because you're nervous, you're anxious, and you won't follow the script, you won't trust us, put your finger on the script and stay right where you are, you won't trust us. All you're doing is kicking the can down the road. We want a clear outcome. The owners of the company and the team leaders, we want a clear outcome. If you get us a clear outcome because you stuck to the yellow brick formula, we're happy as pigs in shit, right? Literally, we're happy. You did the job. That's all we can ask. Cool. All right, listen, everybody. Maxie, one more, and here we go. So we got a couple, Maxie. Is it two?
Yeah, it gets cut off every 5 minutes of recording time.
Okay, let's see. 5 minutes of
So
recording.
homes from need to sell sellers that are not listed online because the sellers themselves did not sign up with an agent.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like
Danny,
to find
that's
out.
the second
So
recording.
is
Okay. Okay. What is the nature of this lead?
Lisa Madison looking to move from LA to Seattle.
Okay, but where'd you get the lead from?
It's a Google
Okay.
sign up.
Okay, here we go.
Taria.
I'm good. I'm glad we finally connect.
Well, is this a good time or are
Oh,
you currently
Maxie,
driving?
Maxie,
Yeah,
you
there I
gotta
go again.
stop. That's Maxie. That's exactly what we're talking about with the giggles and the lines and the nerves. Those are the words of your anxiety. Is this a good time? Well, she just said we finally connect. So why did you even say it? You follow me? Logically, it's just a bad thing to do. And you're allowing your nerves or your anxiety. See, way back when, somewhere along this process of these bad habits, you were nervous as a telemarketer. And that became your go-to line, like Allison's giggle or Kelly's exuberance, whatever. I mean, on and on I could go. We all do these weird things. And that's a weird line because it's irrelevant. We don't ever let them, you're giving them a door out because you can say, whoo, thank God they weren't ready for me because it was a bad time. I did my job. That happened way back in history somewhere. You've got to imagine yourself. Stop saying that, okay?
Okay.
I have about 15 minutes, so that should be more than enough time.
Yeah. Okay. So you said that you are going to be in Seattle next week.
Yes.
Okay. I'd love to connect you with my partner or one of our local agents to help you out with listings and possibly show you some houses. Can you share with me which areas are you pretty much interested in?
Well, yeah, let me back it up a second and say I just got word. I'm working for Amazon, and they just told me that they'll give me funds to relocate for up to 1 year. So I'm thinking I want to move within the next 3 to 6 months, but I have a little time if I need it. But that also means that I'm probably going to want to come up to Seattle and rent initially. So do you cover rentals as well as sales or just sales?
We have limited access when it comes to rental properties, but I'll go ahead and check with one of our agents and see what might be a good option to go for. You said
well, and just advise. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So you said you wanted to rent first, but I wanted to check too if something comes up. If that perfect property comes in the market, is that something that you're willing to jump in sooner rather than later?
Yeah. No, that's why. I mean, what I thought I should do this next week. I don't want to tell myself that I have to find something next week, but I do want to start to get a sense of what's out there and
exactly.
Yeah, just sitting around. finding a small house with a little bit of land somewhere, preferably within an hour to an hour and a half of downtown Seattle.
Okay.
Drive. But that seems like there's a lot of leeway there.
All right. So small house with a bit of a yard, pretty much open to areas, but you need to be, near downtown Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Everett. Obviously, would be really great because that's quite close. I was also looking at like Granite Falls.
All right, this is a good call. It's too long for the end here, but tell me what you wanted. I mean, it's good. You're doing a good job here. You're keeping her engaged. She's got some money coming from Amazon. You're keeping her interested. She likes you. You tell me about this call. What is it that you wanted to analyze for yourself? Other than I'm glad we did it because I cannot stand that line. I told you one of my agents used to do it. It is just strangely self-defeating. So please practice getting rid of that. But you tell me what else.
I actually deviated on the script, although the outcome went good. It was a meeting set. I got a text from her, rescheduling the meeting for tomorrow because she needed to go to a vet. So we're pretty much in contact. The opportunity that I see here is that I gave the offer first prior to me, finding out her motivation. So offer, then
well, I don't think so.
I
don't think so. I mean, I think you did a good job here. You're trying to be so perfect inside the script. At this point in your career, you get it. I mean, the lady told you more. You're not going to go be perfectly scripted when the lady starts telling you right up front a whole bunch of stuff. You follow me? Like we use scripts to provoke them, to have them tell us what's on their mind. That's what a script is. It asks open-ended questions. It comes to us, right? So if she does that naturally herself, we don't have to go back and do that. And that's what Autumn said. One of her critiques earlier was, well, be careful what you say. And he already told you what was going on. See, so there's a strange, how do you balance coaching in both things? You're telling in one breath, stay inside the guidelines of the script. But I know as a realist that they're going to collide into the script. They're going to break the script on us. They're not going to all march in step, right? They're not going to do that. So that's why I think having something printed out and knowing where you're at, there are major beats that we want you to hit. Does she have a real reason to buy? Yes, she's moving and she's in a divorce, right?
Yeah.
Is she motivated? Yes, it's happening now. She's coming. Okay, great. Close for the appointment. And you do that. I think you do that. And I don't think there's a lot more to overanalyze. I don't want to go back and say, look, if you were effective, but you struggled to be there, or it was muscular, or they were easy and you were making a lot of mistakes, all those are critiques I made today, right? I mean, I love the effectiveness. Just get that dang appointment when in doubt, right? Get the appointment, let the sales staff figure it out. But my job is to beat on this telemarketing formulaic approach so that the appointments you set up are so good for the outside sales agent, they have an easier time turning that into real business and you get paid your bonus, right? Follow?
Yep.
But good job here. I think it's effective. I think what you've done far better is you don't sound tired anymore. You're so engaging. They really like you, Maxie. Like I've had people, several of your calls, you call back or whatever. And oh, Maxie, you really have a positive effect when you sound engaged like the real Maxie. When you sound like you're tired and you're going through the motions, you don't have that same engagement. So get rid of the word whisker and maintain this wonderful, resurgence of your personality, and don't sweat it when it's not perfect, presuming it's effective because she didn't behave perfectly for you. That's all. Right?
Okay.
Good. Yep. Good job. Good job, though. Good job. All right, everybody, listen, that's it for today. We're OT, but super stuff today. And like Grant said, it's just stupid simple. stick inside the approach and don't try to do this on muscle. And it's not really muscle that's intentional sometimes. It's fear and anxiety that's making you behave like that. So be very, very cognizant of your own fears and your own anxieties. We're here to serve. It's not about us. So you should be able to eliminate some of that fear and anxiety. If you remember, it's about them and we have the goods. We have the information. And if they need the appointment, the insight, should be excited about delivering that to them. There's nothing to be nervous about. We have the real stuff. Okay. All right, everybody.
Hi, Danny. Just wanted to say hi.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, Danny.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, this is Angeli. Yeah.
Oh, hi,
I just wanted
Angeli.
to make sure that you received the script I sent you last Wednesday.
And Jelly, I did. Let me take a quickie,
Yeah. Okay.
quickie peek at that.
I'm not sure if you received my calls, but I believe my supervisor sent it last night.
I didn't
But
see.
it's okay. I just want to make
Well,
sure
Angeli,
you got the script.
yeah, Angeli, you come into the hot seat. What I had asked Angeli for, she was making a lot of calls, and I just thought the script was a little bit debilitating to her, right? So here's what I'd like you to do. Tell Josh I would like you to jump on our one-on-one next week to review this, okay? Let's just take a look.
And when would that be? Friday, I believe?
No. He is early in the week, and if that time doesn't work, just say, Danny would like me to on your call. I think he's Mondays or Tuesdays at 3:30, okay? And if that doesn't work, Angeli, no sweat.
Sure.
We'll book a separate call on Wednesday of next week, and we'll just knock this out, okay?
Okay, I'll just tell him.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, all. Listen, have a good day, okay? Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Danny.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, gang.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend.